Hello everyone, in this video I will break down the 34, which I made myself from plastic. Yes, I made this machine out of plasticine. There is already a full review of it on the channel. So if you haven't watched it, it's better to watch it first before destruction, where I showed the engine, the bottom of the car, the interior, and explained how I sculpted it. This will be a kind of crash test. I know that many people missed them, although, of course, it's a pity when such a many-hour work breaks down in seconds. So, I have such content to show you how a plastic car breaks down in scale. Since the car is all made of plasticine, and this is a soft material, it can always be broken or simply change its shape. In my case, it's to break it. The car body is specifically designed to be able to sustain damage and deform upon collisions. That is, the body parts of the car are thin, made from sheets of plastic, from such a block. The damage to cars can be somewhat similar to real ones, as everything bends, twists, and tears like metal. And the method of the crash test itself is absolutely new, the creation of which took quite some time. Everything is different now, not like it was before, where I would drop the car on the floor, launch it by hand, speed up the car on the remote control, and crash it into a plastic car. That's how it will be now. There is such a long board, in the middle of which a special strip is cut out along which such a small platform will slide. I installed the machine on this platform, and behind it this transparent plastic will hold it so that the machine does not fly out at a sharp start. The plastic will hold it. But at the same time, when the machine crashes into the block, the plastic will bend and the machine will not receive additional damage from behind. A thread is tied to the platform itself, which will pull the platform. When I release the block of plastic to which this platform is tied, it turns out that as soon as I release the block of plastic, the platform immediately starts to move. So, the machine accelerates and crashes into this wooden block with such a curved shape. It's almost like on crash test tracks, where the car is pulled by a special cable. Also, in place of this block, you can install a pencil. It will be an imitation of a pillar, like at the academy. From the last crash test, where the Mazda was wrecked, I added an extension made of planks at the end of this strip and installed barriers made of transparent plastic. This is necessary to prevent the car from flying off this board onto the floor, and the height is quite good. The car could get unnecessary significant damage. So, if the car flies past the block further, it should stay on this platform and not fall down. That's how it's going to happen. And as an example, here's what can happen. To be continued. The first encounter went just as I had planned. The injuries turned out to be quite decent. It bent, not very strongly, but it looked very realistic. The left side was damaged, there are a lot of dents and cracks in the paint on the bumper, also some thin elements were torn. This is what it looks like from above. You can see very well how much the left side has bent. If you open the hood and look at the engine, you can see that the radiator and the elements on the left side have been compressed, and you can also see how much the wing has bent. And this is what it looks like from below. You can immediately see that the left wheel is really jammed in. Next, I'll start it from the back. But the back part turned out to be much stronger than the front one. Yes, we have some damage on the bumper, there are dents, it looks good. But the very rear wing, it's flat and only bent at the weakened spot near the gas tank cap. The whole part was supposed to bend. Apparently, I made it too strong than it needed to be. The trunk, as I see, it's jammed. Yes, it doesn't open because it's slightly pushed into the cabin. This part was supposed to bend approximately like this, as in the front part, but that element remained flat. Then we need to cut into the back part again. Now this is a different matter. It bent very strongly where my finger is. This is the place of impact, and it bent the back part so softly that it twisted and bent the wheel. The bend ended on the fuel tank cap, and the damage did not go further. The bumper with the headlight, accordingly, was bent even more into the car body. And this collision was so strong that it twisted all the way to the rear glass. And here are the damages below. Now I will launch the machine sideways. Here are the ones. The damages occurred from the side collision with the pillar, and everything turned out as needed. The car's threshold is noticeably thick. Then longeron bent and the lower part was pushed closer to the center, but no further damage occurred. The door itself bent, of course, very strongly. It reached right to the middle of the seat.
The pillar also dented the roof slightly.
Here's how it looks in the cabin. The seat is completely crushed and the backrest has leaned back. From here you can clearly see how the seat is crushed. Thank you. Decided to cut into the front part again, and here's what came out of it. It bent even more. The wing bent so hard that you could probably put a wheel through it. But overall, it looked very epic. The wheel got stuck really well. And inside you can see the plastic construction. But this part turned out to be flat and squashed. The engine really suffered after this, it was noticeably shifted a bit, and many elements are now completely jammed. These are the damages we got. There were 5 collisions, and this is how much it broke. If we continue, this crash test turned out to be clearly better than with the RX-7. After the collisions, it stayed in place, and the car didn't fly anywhere. The damages were quite realistic, and it all looked very cool. He got a lot of damage, but I think it might have been possible to restore him. But if you're interested, if yes, then like it. Maybe I'll restore him someday. I worked a bit on this stripe, made a normal background, then you can paint this stripe in any color, so that the texture of these boards is not too visible. And all the received damages are just a plastic imitation. It does not show what would have happened with a real car. There's only a slight similarity in these damages. Now this goes to be stored on the shelf of broken plastic cars. And that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are interested in my plasticine creations. Thank you all for watching. Bye everyone. Subtitles were created.